NeighborLink received a call from Children's Aid. A young dad living with autism was struggling to raise his 3-year-old son on his own. Could our wraparound program help? Here's the story of Ryan.
His number one strength that I see is his love for his son and his willingness to do whatever he needs to for him. And Ryan is very capable. He's very good with his hands. Like, the things that he can make and put his mind to, it's amazing.
Having Asperger's, you don't go and hang out with people. You don't go places that people are at because you don't feel comfortable. Impulse buying is a big thing for people with Asperger's. They really have a bad problem of that. People that I owed money to would come over and be like, well, you got money for me, and I hated that confrontation. Scared to answer doors, phones, anything. Phone would go off with a text and didn't want to read it because it always had something to do with money. It was always money.
When Wraparound began, Ryan had been served an eviction notice by his landlord, and he owed money on virtually every other bill. The key turnaround happened when the team was able to connect him with a Salvation Army trustee. Today, almost all his debts have been cleared up, and he's begun to save money in a big way. Ryan has always loved cars, and he's always owned sports cars and even raced them. But his dream was to have a family car. Recently, he paid cash for a nice little minivan and so owns it now completely debt-free.
It's weird to think back now that for the last year, I haven't had one person come looking for money. I don't have to worry about the week after Christmas. I don't have that 6 weeks of hell and torture anymore of trying to make creations of food out of cheese slices and crackers. Everything is pretty much like routine. It has to stay routine, so nothing stays out of the ordinary. And big changes, make catastrophe.
Ryan's life was so built on routine that, in his words, he had a meltdown in a Subway restaurant and could not function simply because the menu had changed. So one of his goals presented a monumental challenge: moving. He'd always wanted a house with a garage where he could work on cars.
Ryan wasn't happy with the living situation he had in the house that he was living in, and so that was something that, as a group, we all worked on together, was getting him into a house that he was more comfortable with, that he felt was more safe.
With the help of the team, Ryan accomplished the move with absolutely no upheaval whatsoever. He now lives in a house with a garage where he and even Preston work on cars.
Now I've got Preston. He wants to go outdoors. He wants to go and do stuff. And that's kind of what I always wanted, was somebody that did that kind of stuff, because I never had anybody to do that with. He is my life. Like, that's my best buddy in the whole entire world.